On the map tonight, not a footprint to be seen. Kingdom of isolation, when it looks like I am the queen. The wind is howling like this swirling storm inside. Couldn't keep it in, heaven knows I've tried. Don't let them in, don't let them see. Be the good girl you always have to be. Conceal, don't feel, don't let them know. Well, now they know. Let it go, let it go. Can't hold it back anymore. Let it go, let it go. Turn away and slam the door. I don't care what they're going to say. Let the storm rage on. The cold never bothered me anyway. It's funny how some distance makes everything seem small. And fear someone's control me can't get to me at all. It's hard to see what I can do to test the limits and break through. No right, no wrong, no rules for me. I'm free. Let it go, let it go. Can't hold it back anymore. Let it go, let it go. Turn away and slam the door. I don't care what they're going to say. Let the storm rage on. The cold never bothered me anyway. It's hard to see what I can do to test the limits and break through. No right, no wrong, no rules for me. I'm free. Let it go, let it go. Can't hold it back anymore. Let it go, let it go. Turn away and slam the door. I don't care what they're going to say. Let the storm rage on. Cold never bothered me anyway.
Try hard. Try again. Victims, aren't we all?
Break away, take my time on it, then I fade away. Saving grace, baby, hold me, only here to make it day. Make it say, oh my God, David, leave me breezy stay. We could do this for a while, maybe till the end of May. Hey, hey, she be like, there you go, run around, do your fucking thing, baby, yeah, play your role, play your part, take control. You can have it, tell her, homie, I've been here to take the world, take what's mine and steal the show. Steal the show like I'm casting over. I'm a bad boy like Michael Jackson. You roll your dice, let's see what's happening. Roll, 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 roll. So what you trying to do? I elevate, pull up and pull the cush out. Baby, let's celebrate, let's set a date, get a getaway, smoke a little something, and just medicate. It's been a day for what hell the hate. I'll explain, but you really don't know. All my homies say you set a date, then drop the tape, and they'll confiscate. And motherfuckers gon' take your flow, take your flow, take your flow. Like what the fuck is that? Like what the fuck was that? Take your flow. Heard your shit is wax. Just got this shit, just got poured up the soda. Got this hit from North Dakota. I might have to sell my dreams for some greens down in Georgia. Place your order. I'm hoarding all the quarters. I ain't bending, cutting corners for any bit of exposure. I can't pull up on you. Won't put the beam up on you. That's a waste of steam to breathe all on you. Save it for the reaper calling. Take my number, save your soul, save yourself, save the world. Break away, take my time on it, then I fade away. Saving grace, baby, hold me, only here to make it day. Make it say, oh my God, David, leave me breezy stay. We could do this for a while, maybe till the end of May. She be like, there you go, run around, do your fucking thing, baby, yeah, play your role, play your part, take control. You can have it, tell her, homie, yeah. Break away, take my time on it, then I fade away. Saving grace, baby, hold me, only here to make it day. Make it say, oh my God, David, leave me breezy stay. We could do this for a while, maybe till the end of days. Hey, hey, she be like, where he go?
We're the writers and creators of Rabbit's Badass Song and Pop Singer.
Rabbit's Badass Song is a gory, gritty Southern tale of revenge. It tells the story of Jimmy Mason, an African-American born in the heart of Mississippi to a well-respected madam, and Irene Honeycutt, a redhead with a fiery temper. After Jimmy fights back against one of the town's controlling oppressors and a member of the Good Boys, those boys get together to murder Jimmy and his mother. With Jimmy left to die and hanging from a tree, he's rescued by a man that's going to change his life forever. For 10 years, he and Irene train and wait. The events of that night haunt him and change him into the Rabbit. Rabbit and Irene, now known as Snow Bunny, return to Lightville, Mississippi to take their revenge on the Good Boys. But this is just the very beginning of Rabbit's plan and his story. Pop Singer is a horror one-shot that follows Stacy Lynn, an up-and-coming pop star. The more popular she becomes, the darker her world gets, and soon she finds herself in this inner circle of elites with occult ties.
Make sure to check out the videos below, where we'll show you more rewards, and also there's links for reviews.
there before we get started. Last night at WrestleMania 38.
Last time I was doing this, teaching someone's raised up their hand. Well, I thought these were like shadows. Oh, why are you preaching about shadows? I'm like, well, I think I told you what the class was about. Question is, why are you in the shadows class? What's going on? It's like going into the pizza house. Like, this is pizza. Well, that was a revelation right there. I didn't know what it was. It was Pizza House. It is shadows. But there's something amazing about shadows. You know that? I'm going to show you right now. I have a shadow. We all have shadows. So this is a shadow of Messiah. And it is. It is. So in the beginning of the day when the sun is rising, if I'm standing right here, I have a shadow. Where's my shadow if the sun is rising up? It's over there. How long is my shadow? Very long. Glory. Hallelujah. Look at my shadow. Look at how big I am. So all the people who are jumping on the shadow, they're like, hey, we're on the shadow. Glory, praise the Lord. Got a long shadow. Don't even know where he is, but I'm on his shadow. Earlier in the morning when the sun is over there, how long is my shadow? A little shorter? All them people on the shadow are having to move in a little bit. They're still on the shadow. They don't even need to know where I am. At midday, when the sun, where is my shadow? I am my shadow. And all the people who've been hanging out in the shadow find themselves in me. And this perhaps is why it says, if the sun be lifted up, he will draw all men. Glory! See, all I know is that if you hang out in the shadows of the king, you end up inside the king.
Dancing under the shadow, cloud by day, fire by night.
harder. Try again. Victims, aren't we all?
Cross Comics is proud to present on June 24th, 2022, a great big extravaganza! It is Rick Piper's 49th birthday! Oh, one second. That's not the big extravaganza. The big extravaganza is the launch of Canadian Shield 2 and Snowdrift #1. You need to be there. Of course, it's Rick's birthday, but who cares about Rick's birthday? Be there for the launch. Maybe you can make it happen for Rick's birthday. That this funds all that day and more. Make it explode to 5 times, 10 times, 100 times the amount. Be there for the launch of Canadian Shield 2 and Snowdrift #1.
Hey there, comic fans. I'm Scott Harris King, and I'm really excited to be bringing you the latest issue of my series, The Crime Busters. The Crime Busters is a supernatural mystery adventure in the spirit of Scooby-Doo or Archie's Weird Mysteries, and this time around, our gang of student sleuths have to help Santa save Christmas after one of their classmates is possessed by the spirit of Krampus during the big Christmas dance of 1956. The Crime Busters is a true passion project for me. It's a labor of love, so I'm just so excited to get you this issue 4. The first 3 issues here are also available if you haven't read them, and I hope you enjoy reading them as much as I've enjoyed making them.
Your favorite podcast is Critical Cast.
We've crossed paths more than once. I've whispered in your ear, shown you harmless little temptations. I am unknowable, yet you know me intimately. But you can always know me better. Collected here are 20 twisted tales that will thrill, chill, incite, and delight you from some of the most imaginative minds your species has to offer. This exclusive Indiegogo printing of The Devil You Know Better will be limited and numbered, with signatures from Mike Barron and Hart D. Fisher. Stretch goals achieved for this campaign will add interior chapter illustrations by Stefano Cardacelli. The Devil You Know Better. Back it on Indiegogo today, while you still can.
Try harder. Try again. Victims, aren't we all?
Start to fade, and the storming lasted all day long. Yet the face See one by one, them aliens, thy means be done. And the great game has begun. Naruto run, cars and cannons, free one by one, them aliens. Thick alien waifus, don't you want some of that ass? These are Uncle Sam's, the airman said you shall not pass. The spirit of Harambe guides the courage of the horde. So go ahead, face the fit, or I said if you die, kawaii, do it for a play. No sand in New Orleans. The mystery Nevada Desert Sun, Area 51. And they can't stop everyone. Naruto run, Kyles and cannons. See one by one, them aliens. Thy means be done. And the storming has begun. Naruto run, Kyles and cannons. Free one by one, them aliens.
It's the Muppet Show!
It's time to play the music. It's time to light the light. It's time to meet the Muppets on the Muppet Show tonight. It's time to put on makeup. It's time to dress up right. It's time to raise the curtain on the Muppet Show tonight. Why do we always come here? I guess we'll never know. It's like a kind of torture to have to watch the show.
guess that I'm one big pain. I'm like a laser, six-string razor. I got a mouth like an alligator. I want it louder, more power. I'm gonna rock it till it strikes the hour. Bang your head.
It's a celebration.
Metal health will drive you mad. Bang your head.
It's a celebration.
Metal health will drive you mad. Alright. Celebrate good times, come on. Bang your head. Celebrate good times, come on. Frustrated, got outdated. I really wanna be overrated, but I'm a finder and I'm a keeper. I'm not a loser and I ain't no weeper. I got the voice to make the noise. Won't ever let it hold me to noise you. Join the pack, feel the crack. Well, now you're here, there's no way back. Bang your head.
It's a celebration.
Metal health will drive you mad. Bang your head.
It's a celebration.
Metal health will drive you mad. Metal health will cure you crazy.
Come on now.
Metal health will cure you mad. Metal health is what we all need.
It's time to come together. It's up to you. What's your pleasure? Everyone around the world, come on. Yeah, yeah.
Bang your head. Wait the time. We're all mental mad. It's all you have. So bang your head. Raise the dead. Oh yeah. It's what you mad.
Come on now.
Metal health will drive you mad. Bang your head.
Come on now.
Metal health will drive you mad. Get your stories anytime, tonight.
Come on now.
Metal health will drive you mad. The bad boys are gonna set you right. Rock you, rock you. Drive you mad. Bang your
It's such a long outro, isn't it? That's the only problem with those videos. I've started to cut them a little shorter, but welcome to Hero Shack Press Live, whatever we call the show. I don't even know. Waiting on Diana. She's walking the puppy. I don't know if you guys noticed the thumbnail, but we do have a brand new puppy, as I said we would have. You may hear Diana in the background. She's talking to the puppy. She's exactly 4 months old, and she is fire and brimstone. Let's see. I'll put her in the background here, and you guys will see her in a second. Let's see. I'll remove myself for a second so everybody can get a good peek at this dog. Yeah, she's a cutie. So that is Chewy. She came to us with that name. Diana has adopted the name Chewy Lynn. I have started calling her Chewisha, but she was appropriately named. She likes to chew. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but yeah, I got a lot of little cuts and whatnot by playing with her. We're training her at this point, but yeah, she can be rough. Chewy, come here. You want to meet her? Come here, Chewy. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come see Daddy. Oh. So this is Chewy. And that's just in case she decides to bite. You can see she has two different colored eyes. Well, maybe you can't. It doesn't really show up on camera as well. But she's a fireball. She's never been in my office other than one time that she went through the trash. So this is a real treat to her. And yeah. Hello, Rick, and hello, Eric. That was weird. I think, oh, she's sniffing the keyboard and hitting some sort of key that keeps knocking me out. So I'm going to move back a little bit. Yeah, she good puppy. She's really mystified by this whole video screen thing. So I'll try to hold her higher so she doesn't get onto the keyboard. So anyway, what a day, guys. What a day. Those who know me on Twitter may have noticed I've put John De La Rose's brother in Christ. That's because truly he claims to be a Christian. I believe in the Messiah, so I'm trying to build a bridge. And this dog is really she doesn't know what to make of the video setup in here. I think she sees herself in all the displays. Ooh, she almost jumped. She wants to follow you, so I can go live. Hi, honey.
Shut the air off because it's really cool out.
It's up to you. I left it on for you.
Thank you.
My trash is on the shelf because of her.
Yeah, no, I get it. No, I'm good. But thank you, honey. Who's in?
Rick and Eric.
Okay, I'm coming.
And there's like 50 other people.
Really?
No, I'm just messing with you.
All right, give me a minute. I'm really coming, guys.
All right, well, I really have stuff to talk about, so I'll probably get in trouble tonight. I don't know. One of the things that got me today, somebody, John, said I was extreme autism, and I kind of had to have a laugh because I don't think people really know what autism is, or at least how far the spectrum goes. I've met. Wow, hang on, honey, go downstairs. It's like there's a crowd in the background. Cool, thank you, Eric. Or you probably mean Rick. You were trying to build something. JDA is a bomb. No, just kidding. JDA, I don't know. I like the guy when he's not trolling, and he'll tell you he's not trolling. Whatever. Good for him. I think he trolls all the time. I think he learned from the best, and we all know who I mean when I say that. Of course, I mean Testify HD. And he was like the ultimate troll. I mean, the Trolls Exposed book at one point was going to have a story dedicated to him in a funny, sarcastic manner, but he passed away, so I couldn't do that. Nevertheless, JDA, I don't know. He gets under my skin because he will openly declare, what a great Christian he is. And look, nobody knows better than me that, Christians aren't perfect. Hello. But, yeah, sometimes it just seems a little bit, well, it just makes me want to shout. Makes me want to shout. Twist and turn now and shout. Yeah. I will be joined by my co-host probably by 9. I can hear dinner being made and drinks being put together. I probably should have started the show at 9, I guess. There was an accident on the highway. Really closed down a whole section of it. They had to detour everybody off of it and around it, which unfortunately means there was probably, a death. And Well, that's unfortunate. I don't like automobile deaths. Nobody does. Looks like my Wi-Fi is giving me issues. Let me make sure I have all my devices offline. Honey, they'll be fine. She's talking to the dogs. Okay. That should help my Wi-Fi. Sometimes when I'm in here, if I have too many devices in the room, it'll lead it up. Let me check something else. Because I'm getting that bad signal on StreamYard. With my luck, somebody's downstairs, streaming. I don't know. Can you guys hear me? I don't know if I'm getting updates either. Let me check. Dun, dun, wow. Okay, it seems to be working. I think she's getting down there. The funny thing is I haven't sent her a link. Oh, what a jerk I can be. All right, let me fix this. Dun, 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 dun. All right, hang on, guys. I'll be right back. I'm going to do this real quick, but I'll put this on for a minute. Well, a second. You thought you were going to have to sit through the whole video, but I told you I'd be right back. I was just sharing the link out with Diana so she can join the stream. I have no idea what kind of mood she's in. I'm in a funky mood. There's this drama with Doug Erst and Comic Book Hut, and truly I have no business in it, and yet it's something that draws my attention. Let me see something here. Yeah, she's okay. So Diana's restarting her computer. The dogs are having fits. Hang on. Oh, okay. All right, girls. I'm just going to bring them both up here and see how that works. You heard Tiny bark. I'm sure she keeps putting the puppy in her place because the puppy gets a little rough. Yeah. Do you want to see the TV? Is that what it is? Hang on. I think one of you wants to get down. Who wants to get down? Oh, no. Oh. Nobody wants to get down. So I've got Tiny and Chewy. Oh goodness. This might be a sign from God just to relax and not worry about the drama. Let's see. You have a puppy. Well, it's funny because people thought I was using dogs as a gimmick because of the whole Pops dog thing. And I wasn't. I was really looking for a puppy. And now, I have one. She's chewy. And as you can see, she wants to chew. And it's kind of funny because right now the old dog is laying on top of the puppy. And she's happily being laid on. Oh, but Tiny makes her move. Okay. I'm getting buried, so I'm going to put him down. Good girls. All right. There's 2 pillows here. Everybody take one. Here, look, I got a chew toy. Oh, yeah. The puppy's a little easy to distract. It's like calling someone to a squirrel, She's right there. But this is my fate. I like little dogs. My wife likes little dogs. They're far easier to take care of. Although this one is driving Diana nuts. I don't think she's had a puppy at least in her adulthood years. I know I haven't had a puppy probably in 40 years. So, yeah. So let's talk a little bit before Diana comes in and stops me. Hang on, she just sent me another text. Yes, honey, we did lose power. Okay. Link is in FB Messenger for you. Won't put on the video just to type that. I had a, before copy it and stuff. Anyways, so it appears like Doug was feeding, well, it doesn't appear. Doug was feeding Comic Book Hut with all sorts of, negative information about people in the industry. And, that comes with a certain hit on his reputation. But here's the thing. I didn't even know Doug. I don't know Doug. He's always seemed to be kind. Maybe that's an act. I don't know. But online drama is a little hard to read because it's not played by the same rules all the time. People do crazy things to each other. And it's something that, like, I can't do even if I want to, because Diana will eat me alive if I'm not, on the up and up with people. I'm not allowed to do gay ops and things like that. Hang on a second. Chewy, stop. No. Bad. Those are wires, girl. Wires be bad. That's the only problem with my office. I have to, like, tie up the wires now because puppies. And she keeps distracting me. Oh, good girl. Okay. But I understand this stuff happening. I don't approve of it by any means, but it's kind of like when, you watch things happen and you're not really involved, yet you still get emotionally entwined. And then, of course, there's JDA who does his thing. And he's claiming to be a victim of it too. And I don't know. Maybe he is. Maybe he isn't. Leave Chewy be for now. Well, Chewy's doing nice now because I'm actually massaging her back. You can't really see it. You want to get in the camera, she keeps looking up. So, but she's doing okay. She just has to be occupied. I bet you Diana's glad that she doesn't have to deal with her. I don't know where Diana is yet. She was restarting her computer. Let's see. Okay, got the thumbs up from her, so she'll be on any minute. But I mean, like, I really think I have to get away from Twitter. And I'm just like, I don't understand people online. So maybe it's a more of a social networking issue, and I should probably leave it more to Diana, because I look at these things and I don't get it. Like, I get that Doug is, the evil Lord right now, but I'm also confused how Comic Book Hut is escaping most of the responsibility that he should be bearing for the things that he did. Now, like, if Rick, God bless you, brother, sent me videos against Terry, God bless you, brother, I see you. But if you guys were doing that kind of stuff, I wouldn't go, ha, 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 I'm going to release this. I'd be like, stop it. You guys talk. But that wasn't what happened. So it's just weird. Like, I think both the guys should get some sort of, like, wrath from the people that, they messed with. But, like, beyond that, Soul Finder isn't any less of a great book. And Iconic Comics freaking rocks. I mean, I was pulling out my Carmen America tonight just to have it close, because I don't want them to be hurt by this. Good evening, Miss Diana, who is muted. You are muted, my love. You are muted. There you go.
That's because I was coughing. I'm sorry. Hi, everybody.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were coughing.
That's okay.
So I'm up here in the zoo.
I see that.
No, you don't. Tiny is kicking up the bed here.
Yeah.
I'm holding Chewy in my leg.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know where Gracie is, but by the grace of the Lord, I don't have her in here right now.
She's in her home.
Yes, she's not coming up here for now.
No, she won't be up anytime soon. How's everybody
The puppy's
doing?
a little rough for her. I'm going to try to put her down now because she actually wants to get down.
Yeah.
I'll put her on that pillow. She was actually laying on the lime green pillow for a while, but
Well, that's good.
Listen, Tiny just put her back. Did you hear it?
Yeah, I did. Anyway.
Okay, guys, this is annoying. Wait a minute. She broke the squeak. Oh, there it is. Okay, She's got a toy.
She
It
does.
really is like dealing with a 3-year-old. She is what, 3.5 months, 4 months?
Yeah, she'll be 4 months on the 27th of June. So she is definitely a little bit of a baby. She's
Now I'm
looking for
letting that
attention.
happen. Tiny just corrected her, but Tiny's not biting her. She's a loud barker, and she
Mm-hmm.
rushes her, and the puppy always
Hi,
falls to
Harry.
her side or her back, and it's really
Right.
kind of cute.
Well, she's very submissive to Tiny's instruction. You know, you have an older dog, a mature dog, and she's doing a really nice job in correcting Chewy Lynn's behavior, which is
Yes.
what we expected. I do give Tiny a break from Chewy Lynn because she is very, very much a baby. Think of a little baby. Think of a human baby. It's like, you know, you don't let that human baby get into, well, you shouldn't let that human baby get into too much mischief. And we do have to correct like little ones so that they don't get hurt. But the good news is I just got home and I took both the girls out. They both did their business. Um, and yeah, that's kind of what we're doing. Did she just chew that?
No, she wanted to.
Of course she did. You have her
I'm
chewy toys
paying
here.
close attention
I
to
don't
her.
allow
So
her in my office yet because it's downstairs and it's carpeted and I don't. But I will go snuggle her when we are done with this. Yeah. If you need an example of your assignment, get a copy or look at the comic section. Oh no, I know. Yeah, I am very well aware. And Terry, I love how you keep me accountable. Finals are. I'm not really enjoying this particular class. I'll be honest with you guys. So I'm struggling a little bit just because I'm not super motivated. But I have the papers due Sunday at midnight, and I have half started one. I'm doing the reader response theory on Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. And the other one, I haven't decided what I'm going to do, but it's coming along, and I haven't forgotten about your prompt, Sherry's prompt. So I am going to get to that. It's just been crazy busy. Chris, did you talk anything about Hero Shack or like the
no, I was trying to talk about online drama, and you like totally are in another world.
I'm so sorry. All right, go ahead. Talk. I'll stop talking.
So from what I understand, a brother in Christ, Doug Ernst, has been talking smack behind the back of people to the point of sending videos, edited videos, to Comic Book Hut, who is just the Hut's the Hut. I mean, he always makes trouble for whoever he decides to. Not big trouble because he's not a big deal, but he's been releasing these videos for Doug without, giving acknowledgement to Doug. Now, when the first things of the story came out, it was about Doug giving him free books. And I'm like, so what? What's the big deal there? But then it turned out to be a little bit more and a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's to a point where, Doug looks kind of crappy. The problem is Doug is one guy and he is a good writer and he's otherwise a nice guy, which is not uncommon in these dramas. You find someone on an internet drama who's otherwise a great guy, but they're doing something shady in the background for whatever reason. Maybe they fear repercussion. Maybe they, I don't know why they don't. I don't know why people do the stealth gay ops stuff, maybe that's why we're not so popular on Twitter, because I don't do the gay stealth stuff. I just kind of blab my mouth and let the chips fall, and they don't usually fall in my favor when I talk honestly. So like all this drama is happening, and then John Della Rose is kind of inserting himself. And John is an interesting character because he is another guy who publicly declares himself a wonderful Christian. And I have, that's a sore spot for me. When someone starts bragging about their faith and how wonderful they are, I go, oh man, don't, because then I always see stuff. You can't help it because none of us are perfect. So like sometimes you just kind of swallow it, like somebody's bragging and they are pretty good. But then other times you see crap and you're like, no, this is not good. So like the last 2 days or so, I've been kind of fixated on this whole thing. And he called me extremely autistic today, which he meant not as an insult, as a medical thing. And I'm like, look, I'm on the spectrum, but like to me, I guess people maybe they don't know what extreme autism is, but it is literally nonverbal, sometimes to the point where the autistic person can only moan and rock themselves, sometimes to the point where they're self-injuring because they don't have control of their functions, and they'll bounce their heads off of stuff, so the extreme autistic person really has to wear helmets and be watched, have mouth. It's just a really unfortunate and terrible thing. And it's like, I don't think people really understand the broadness of the spectrum of autism. And to be honest, one of the things I've always wanted to do through Hero Shack was kind of talk about that, because I know when people in the 3D world find out that I'm autistic, I usually get a very surprised, like, really? And it's like, yeah, I've got 53 years of self-governing and learning how to get around it. It's never been such a thing that I'm debilitated by it. But knowing when Diana, who works with autistic people, recognized enough signs, she had me first take a home test like it was some sort of pregnancy test. And then when I really shined on the home test, she took me to a professional. And it was like, for me, the first 72 hours were heartbreaking. And then after a moment with a brother in Christ, I was suddenly of mind that it's a blessing to be autistic.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, even if you meant it as an insult, I didn't take it as one. But I think that there is like so much lack of awareness. Like people throw around the word spurg all the time. Oh, that guy's just spurging out. And I know they don't mean any harm from it. And I really don't feel offense, but I do feel like you have no idea what a spurg really is. They just don't, and I'm like, Diana can tell you I've always had a thing for autistic / Asperger's people. I was diagnosed with Asperger's initially, which they later called it autism. But I have this thing about my peeps. And I do get uptight about my peeps because they often get messed with unfairly. And we have buttons. We do weird things sometimes. I just did a whole troll book based off a 10-page story that got me rolling into a chapter of creativity, which, by the way, honey, the book will be going to press this week. I like 99.9% by Friday, but by Sunday, 100%.
That's amazing news. Thank you.
Finally, Lord, thank you. I know it's a little late, guys, but I really had to put some finishing touches, and the proof that I put up tonight will be 98% finished, and I am just super psyched. Thank the Lord. So here's something that my brother just said. John Delarose is the guy who will push you to get your work out there and be proud of it. Well, I don't know. I've had a lot of experience with John, and he can do great things. He's one of those guys who has a good voice. He's got a good personality online, in streams and stuff, unless he gets into his modes. Like he's had some times where I listen to him and I'm like, I can't listen to him. Like his revisionism is worse than like a Chinese press release. God bless the guy, but maybe he really sees things that way. But sometimes he'll say stuff and I'm like, oh man, I don't agree with what he's saying at all. To me, to the point where I feel like he might be or is deceptive. And I'm like, that's not cool. So for me, like my experiences with John, he'll do a lot to try to help the people that he helps, but there's a price for that. And there's things that I just don't agree with. And I'm like, hang on, I got to save a wire here. Anna, you could talk.
Well, I started and you told me that you had other things to talk about, so I wanted to give you that opportunity.
Well, you have nothing to throw in?
Not when it comes to drama on Twitter. I do not know anything about any of that because I have not. I've been at work since about 11 o'clock this morning. So I
Well, you
just got
have gotten a
home.
pretty good rundown, at least of my point of view on it.
Yeah, well, it's Twitter. What more do you expect from people on Twitter? They like to debate and argue and things like that. JDA, I don't really know much about him except from what you have mentioned. I know he seems to cause some trouble and likes to stir things up. Maybe he just likes to have conversations or heated debates and things like that. I don't know this other person though. Do I know this other person you were talking about? I don't think I do.
Well, you've seen and heard him before. He was a Testify guy. Remember the video with the woman?
Yeah.
He was one of the guys in the stream with Testify going, "Oh, Testify, do you want to apologize?" That was JDA.
No, I'm familiar with JDA, but you had mentioned another name that he was sending something to.
Oh, no. So Doug Ernst in the comic book cut. Okay, so Doug Ernst is the writer of Soul Finder. And he's generally known as a great guy. I mean, he's helped people. He's not typically an online nuisance to anybody. Oh. Chewy, please come here.
What's she doing?
I have no idea.
She's fine.
Okay, I'm gonna let her be and see what happens. But he's generally an all-around nice guy. Now, Comic Book Hut is this. I used to listen to him a little bit. You've heard his voice before. He's got a very New York accent. He's kind of got, kind of talks with us, the high pitched thing. I can't do it. I'm not even gonna try, but well, I did try. But he was putting out anti-Comicsgate, anti-Ethan stuff, Ethan Van Sciver. And apparently it was all well, I keep saying apparently because I feel like I have that responsibility because of journalism, but I'm not a journalist. But Doug was sending him all this like material.
Yeah.
And it's been verified and seen, Comic Book Hut has proven it. And there's all these things about it that are kind of just tripping me out. For one, it's almost like Comic Book Hut is forgotten side note, even though like this all started because he decided he was mad that Doug Ernst didn't, promote his book the way he wanted him to. Comic Book Hut had started a comic book that got, I guess, not enough attention. And he went to Doug and Doug said no. And I guess he wasn't warmed to the idea of Iconic getting involved in pushing it. Iconic Comics is the comic book publisher that Doug's involved with.
All right.
Long story short, Comic Book Hut got upset, released all the receipts and said, Doug Ernst bad. Well, Comicsgate, or at least definitely the people who were being talked about behind their backs by Doug. And when I say talked about, I don't just mean rumors and stuff. I mean, Doug was sending fully edited videos from what's been reported.
Okay. And may I ask where you got this information from?
Well, from Comic Book, he dropped the receipts. He showed them online. So it's like there's no like real question about what was going on. But now it's almost become like a witch hunt, and I'm like, okay, Doug is one thing. Oh goodness gracious! Hang on.
Hello, my sketchbook. Hello, everybody. I might get a quick word in edgewise. He's going after the puppy again. So I am totally out of the loop with what he's talking about, but you all know that's nothing new for me. I'm sorry that people are doing things they shouldn't be doing and not focusing on their art and getting their books out. That's pretty much all I have to say. He has the puppy. So this is our new little puppy. Did you introduce her to everybody earlier?
Yes, I did. But for anybody who wasn't here, that's Chewy. Yeah, go ahead, bite the mic. Go ahead, show everybody.
Her real name is Chewy Lynn. They like to call her Chewbacca. Chris has been calling her Chewisha, but I call her Chewy Lynn. I think it's a pretty name for a pretty girl.
And she is a very chewy kind of dog. She was named appropriately.
She's only 3.5 months old. Well, almost 4, a few more weeks. So yes, she definitely likes to chew, like everything. But she is a little a little
She's
a
loving.
little spitfire. She's super loving. She hasn't seen me all day, so she wants. I know she. When we're done with the stream, I'll go upstairs and she'll sit with me and annoy me and
So
bite me.
long story short, honey,
So yeah. So anyways,
I'm
Eric.
upset about this. It's bothering me because there's so many facets about JDA is going after them, and he has a unique way of getting under people's skin. And I think sometimes he affects me when he doesn't intend to. He'll say something, and you know me, if you get on a soapbox and declare you're Christian, I'm like, you better be careful. Like he said he would never dox anybody. Yet we all saw him accidentally dox Liam Gray just a couple of weeks ago. You know, I'm like, you got to be careful, bro. If you say never, that's an ultimate statement. Like it's one of those things where there's no doubt I would never. Well, you did. So yeah, that's weird. And these things just eat at me. So I'm like just getting it out a little.
Well, it just goes to show you, their whole character. I mean, it kind of tarnishes their character. I don't care how good of an artist you are. If you can't hold up to your word, then
Well,
I'm not
okay, so
talking about
we're
Christian or
talking about two
religion
writers.
or
Just
anything.
to,
I don't. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
just to be accurate, they're two writers. But yeah, I know what you're saying. I didn't want people to think that you thought they were artists. They're writers.
All right, so writers, it doesn't matter. Like people in general, like
No, only for facts. That's the only reason I said it.
yeah.
I know what you're saying.
But you know how I am. You get upset with me because I don't get more gusto in my response to you. So that's why I like when you're talking to people like Vicky and other people out there that enjoy these kinds of debates.
Well, the thing is, Vicky does poke
I'm
the
just
bear,
kind
and
of like,
I don't pretend Vicky's an angel. She gets in her own problems too. But that's the thing. I'm not like a guardian or a freaking authority over people. I watch these things, I see things, and like unless something's grievous like Doug Ernst and what's been going on, I really generally don't get upset about much. You know what I mean?
You get upset about a little bit more than you probably think, honey. Just saying.
Well,
You're very sensitive to things, and you always want to be the apologist. You always want to take the weaker person's side. You want to put your 2 cents in, and that's okay. I love you about those are things that are wonderful about you, but in the same time, you get yourself worked up. And where did did Rick go to Endor? What's Endor? Like Endor? Did he go to a show or something?
I don't know. What are you reading?
Tell me when you return from Endor, Rick.
Oh, he went to Endor?
I don't know. Was that a comic book show?
No, it's where the Ewoks are.
Huh?
Tiny Chewie, just an Ewok.
Oh God, you guys, I can't.
Endor, the planet. Hello, welcome to Fiction Sci-Fi.
Stop.
That's a Star Wars reference, honey.
I missed it. It must be up on the chat a little higher.
It is a little bit, but yeah,
Okay.
Endor is the planet where the Ewoks live.
Yeah, my sketchbook is like we only see the forefront. Some people know the behind the scenes, and I get it. Like nobody's perfect, and people have stuff. Everybody has stuff, but
yeah, but like I don't have like for instance,
yeah,
neither one of us would ever create videos and then send them to somebody to publish without crediting us for the purpose of disparaging anybody. You know what I mean? Like that's not like something that normal people do. You don't usually. If you make a video about somebody, you usually have the balls to put it up against that person.
Yeah, you do.
But I mean, most people do.
Mm-hmm.
If you're that upset and you're going through that much trouble to make a video and edit it and make it so, professional. And I really don't even know the videos, but I assume they're clips of Ethan talking. Because Ethan hangs himself every other night, and he gets away with it because he's a great personality. He has a good voice. He can play it off. But if you carefully listen to the things he says, it's pretty easy to parse it apart and make him look terrible. And I'm not saying it's created. I'm saying it's just not hard to find stuff that you can make, oh, Ethan said. Yeah, Ethan says something every other day, literally. And if you don't take it with a grain of salt, it's like sandpaper on your forehead. Why would you do that?
Right.
you either kind of roll with it and just go, uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's just going to drive you nuts. And that's a whole section of CG. Now, I would like to address that because we are Comicsgate in the sense that we support Comicsgate creators. We create books that we believe are within the beliefs of Comicsgate, meaning we don't like the wild propaganda books. We don't like the treatment that the big guys give to the little guys in reference to social justice things and stuff. Not that we're conservative prudes, but we are like, when I say we, I mean me. Just to be very clear, but like I do believe that like freedom should be like not for one side or the other. It has to be for both. And when you start slanting things one way or another, you create rebellion against it. It's just the way it is. In the 80s, we were all against like right-wing conservatism because they went too far and were pushing too hard. Now in the 2020s, it's kind of gone wicked woke, and it's kind of scary. We're not anti anything except for insanity. I mean, God bless America.
President
What
Trump.
else can you say? It's like we can't change the world, the country, even the town.
Well, it's nice. It's refreshing that you say these things because you do get on such like a tangent that I sometimes wonder if you forget.
Well, the thing is, some of the issues are so powerful that it appears like I'm one-sided, but it's not that way at all. It's just that if you push the right buttons, you'll get the responses.
Yeah.
Let's see. Retro Rock Studios. What's up, Rob? Welcome to the house.
I didn't get home until really late, and I saw the email, and I'm really sorry.
Oh.
And I don't know if Chris put it in the video stream or not. I don't think
I didn't get it, honey. I didn't know there was a video next week.
Yeah, well, I had reached out to him, and whatever. We can talk. We don't want to talk about it online. But anyways, I'm glad that you popped in. One of these days we'll figure it out.
She's falling asleep on me.
That's awesome.
That's one thing about her. She will sleep on you for hours.
Yeah, I was doing my yoga this morning. She decided to jump on me, and I had to hold her because she would have fallen as I was doing my different poses and stuff like that. She's so funny, but she was super loving.
No, but I mean, if you let her fall asleep on your lap, she will not move. She'll roll.
No, I know she will. She absolutely loves snugglies, and she's tired now too. See, she's ready for her bed. So James J, I got your video late. I did get the one you sent, so I will have Chris look at it. We will get it up there. And he is going to spoil her. He's a terrible spoiler. He doesn't believe in anything that I'm trying to do with her. So I've hit a brick wall. And I've said, good, Dr. Doolittle, you deal with her. So when she chews up your game and she chews up your wires and
I happen to be very strict with her.
Everything else. No, actually, she's been doing for a 3.5-month-old puppy. She has not destroyed one thing in our house, but we have plenty of chew toys.
No, she has destroyed one thing.
What did she destroy?
The LED line. It's been broke.
Oh yeah, but that, you know what? I'm not worried about that. Was the outside though?
But she did destroy it, and we had a very stern talk.
Did you? Oh, good.
Yeah.
You think she understands like human language? Do you?
No, but she understands my tone.
Yeah, she does. She does.
I maybe joked about his Dr. Doolittle, but they do understand my tone pretty well.
Very cool. So,
Ninja Turtle game. Oh, the new one, right? Yeah, there's a new Ninja Turtle game coming out. I didn't know it was tomorrow. I'm hoping that it's good. I don't know. I'm a retro kind of guy, so Turtles in Time is like my fave. But we shall see, won't we? The newer games are cool. I don't know what I'll play it on per se. I have a few devices I could do it with, but I don't know. Is it a Switch game too? Because Switch gets so many different games. It probably will be on Switch.
I don't know.
I don't have an emulator for Switch. I actually have a Switch. But for retro games, I do a lot of emulating. That's what that yellow machine is. I have a Retroid 2 Plus that my son bought me, which is the world's greatest little toy. Yes, it is kind of based on that, isn't it? I've seen the graphics and stuff, so really it just comes down to gameplay. Then you can see a game, it can look great, and then if they nailed the gameplay, it becomes a classic. Chewie is going to get in trouble.
Yep.
She's wandering around. She's going
She
down the hall.
misses.
She already chewed something up. I don't know what it is. Probably a pad.
Mm.
She's no good. She's a little troublemaker.
Terry, it's nothing that Chris likes, and if he presents anything with you that I like, he will make fun of it. He will call it woke. He will call it dumb.
Oh yeah, no, Diana definitely loves woke entertainment.
I don't like woke entertainment. I like movies that are
no, but what I mean by that is you'll watch like a series on Disney. You have no problem with like Netflix and some of their weird stuff.
I don't get caught up in all of that now. I don't have time for it. I really don't. It doesn't interest me. So I let Chris do all of it, and he gets mad at me. Well, no, he doesn't get mad. I'm sorry. I shouldn't say that. I don't want you to think Chris is like.
No, I just don't watch it. I come in here. I absorb
Nope,
myself.
He comes in. If he saunters, and that's what he does. He literally saunters across the kitchen from his office. What you watching, babe? Ugh. How do you do it? How do you stomach these shows? I can't even.
Well, it never fails. Every time I go in, it's either two guys or two girls, and they're making out and about to have sex.
And it's not every time. It's just, I swear it's the timing. And it's okay, though. So I said to him the other night, okay, a fun little tidbit of our relationship. I'm like, honey, we never watch anything together. Why don't you pick something out? He goes, okay. So he puts The Boys on season 3. I don't know if you all are familiar with The Boys season 3. So The Boys is this superhero kind of takeoff, and it's actually very entertaining. The first
episode. Go ahead, say it.
Had Termite. Okay, Termite is a guy that can shrink down to a termite, but he's yes, he can. And
no, I'm just nodding no because I know where you're going.
He's gay, and apparently, in order to get he gets his partners, his gay men.
Time out. Wait. I want to say something. So the kissing was one thing, but what she's about to tell you is gross. So if you have little kids, block their ears. Go ahead, honey.
Oh dear God, James J. We sat on my mouth. I was sitting there. It was like the Friday night. I had like my glass of wine. I had my little snack, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, my mouth went like this. Now Christopher thought it was the butthole. I said it was not the butthole. It was not the butthole.
I was hoping it was really a bad.
And he was inside the penis, and he was doing really inside. And then all of a sudden, he got big and exploded. And I thought,
no,
like,
he sneezed.
He sneezed. That's what it was.
He sneezed, and he got big and literally blew
exactly,
this guy's
James.
bottom half out.
Exactly. We were like, what the? And I'm like, oh my God, that was incredibly creative. Now think about the creativity in that. It was disgusting to watch, and the thought of it would be
okay. So like, I have to explain something to you.
A little too over the top, but holy cow,
sweetheart, I have to explain something to you. Any preteen to teenage boy group that read comics joked about all the crap Ant-Man could do. So it wasn't that creative. What it was ballsy because you got some guy in Hollywood going, I remember when I was 12. We used to joke about Ant-Man doing this. So he went, Ant-Man,
and yes,
termite. Yes, we've got
sure it. Did. So Terry said, get me an issue of the comic. Get me a copy of the comics. It stems off of a real comic book, apparently, which I did not know. A comic
book that is far more harsh,
tasteful,
and bold and brazen than the TV show.
And I actually like The Boys. I've seen season 1, 2, and I am going to finish watching season 3. But Chris fell asleep. He's like, I can't. Oh my God, that.
I turned it away in my mind,
and I giggled because he put it on. And I'm like, so you want to talk about woke shows now, huh?
But I watched it today while I was at work because I just had it on while I was doing all my work. What can I say? Okay, well, I'm sure there are fans of it, but like it lost me. I'm totally like, wow. Okay, so yeah, I don't want to give away spoilers, but
so For me, because I watch.
Let me say this: I love
have no kids,
Homelanders. I
so
love
don't
Homelander.
understand.
Listen, I love Homelander's character because he's a wonderful villain,
Yes,
ruthless
he was.
and disgusting villain. But the heroes are shitty, and they're cowards. And like I know he'd just kill them. I get it, but like in my Marvel DC childhood world, that's what heroes did. And even though they should die, they overcame. The Fantastic Four, they fought Galactus, overpowering, overwhelming, and still managed. Secret Wars, you know, the Beholder
I
or the
actually like
Beyonder.
Terry Butcher.
What's that?
Terry goes the only. He's talking to me like saying, "I might fall for Billy the Butcher." I kind of like him. I see the softness. He's like a big old angry grizzly bear, but he's got a good heart. And
Who
yes,
has
you
a good
made
heart?
good point.
Wait a minute. Who has a good heart?
Billy Butcher from The Boys.
Yeah. Well, okay.
See?
Let me say this about Billy. What are you doing?
I was trying to make my thing up there, but never mind. Go ahead.
Go ahead, change it because I was clicking it too. So you change it.
No.
I don't know which one you want. Now you pick one. So Billy Butcher.
See? That's all I was trying to show.
Yeah. Well, Billy Butcher though. How many episodes did you watch?
When? For when?
You of season 3. Have you seen up to 3?
I think I've only done the first 2, and then I fell
Okay.
asleep, and then it kept going.
So all I can say is Butcher
I like
is
him.
almost like Homelander at his heart. The difference is motivation and the fact that you hate Homelander.
Homelander has a heart.
Oh yeah, it's
Homelander
just a
does not
wicked
have a
heart.
heart.
Yes, he does. It's
a
just
wicked
evil.
heart. It's
Yeah,
evil.
he does. Like his suicide scene with the Jewish girl. Did you see that?
I don't think so. I don't remember.
You didn't see the suicide scene?
I don't know. Did I?
On his birthday? Did you see the episode of his birthday?
Whose birthday?
Homelander's.
Yeah, I think did.
That was the episode where he went to save a girl who was going to jump off a roof. And he said,
"Oh, yes, I did see that. That was awful. That was bad."
I rest my case.
That? You like?
No,
Homelander?
I'm saying as a villain, he's a great villain because he makes you hate him.
Yes, and that's what villains are supposed to do, right?
Well, not necessarily, but in this case, yes, it's a great villain because you hate him.
Billy Butcher to me is nothing like Homelander. So I don't know how you can make that comparison.
Let's just say when someone walks in another person's shoes, you sometimes see more about them than they want you.
Have you walked into Billy? What are you talking about?
Do you want me to give you a little spoiler?
No.
Well, then I can't tell you what I'm talking about.
You have not walked in Billy Butcher's shoes?
Not me. If Billy Butcher walked in Homelander's shoes, you might see more about Billy Butcher that you didn't see before.
Okay.
That
means I'll have to watch it, but I have things to do this week. I can't.
Okay, but I'm just telling you, Butcher is so much like Homelander. It was surprising to me because when you have, I'm going to give spoilers. Never mind.
That's all right. I don't think anybody listening or watching really cares.
You care?
Nah, it's all right.
Well, when you have laser eyes and you cut someone in half, you're not that much better than Homelander, are you?
No, but he felt remorse.
What?
He felt bad about it.
Did he now?
Mm-hmm.
Which one? You mean the? Are you talking about the gun guy?
Yeah.
He didn't feel bad about killing the gun guy.
Well, I think he felt bad about slicing somebody in half. Of course he did. It's Billy.
Is anybody else watching this? Can you help me here?
I don't think anybody is watching it. See,
I think if anything, it's an interesting
how
character.
come you didn't open up the stream yet?
What's that?
And let others come in and to converse with you. They probably all have really good points.
Because I was trying to get you to give me some therapy about all this drama in Twitter, and all you did was, it's Twitter.
Well, what would you like? What would you like me to say?
Well, how do we save the comic book
Perhaps
world? How
you
do we
don't
help
save. You don't
everybody out of
save
this drama?
anything. You don't. I am sorry to tell you this
See that?
again.
I'm
This is
giving you
not your
something to
job.
share here. I'm
Your
giving you
job,
something.
your job is to make your comic book, is to get it to the printer so that I can do my job, which is to ship it out to everybody that backed. That's what our jobs are right now. You can't save comics book. You can't save. No. So now
Can't
they're
that
talking
save my
about.
friends from
So
all this
Billy is
crap?
still pissed with Homelander for knocking up his wife. So Homelander's kid is really Billy's kid?
No. Billy's kid is actually Homelander's. So the wife was Billy's wife, and Homelander did the nasty with her and made a baby behind his back, so to speak.
Who? Billy did?
Homelander made the baby with the wife that
Oh,
belonged to
yes.
Billy.
From season 2, right?
I believe so. That was when they exposed that.
Yeah. No, it's okay, Eric. I think I actually saw that episode, maybe. Did we see this episode? I don't remember. Like, I was so late. I was watching episodes. I might have seen that one. But I want to believe that Butcher did feel bad because he didn't know what powers were. And he was like, oh, shoot, that really works.
But you need to understand something. Billy Butcher is not.
Well,
He's
he's
an
not an
anti-hero at
angel. Dear
best.
God, I know
He's
that.
an anti-hero.
I know. I get that. But he's still, you know, I don't know.
You would still think he'd be following Jesus around, one of the 12 apostles, and there's Billy Butcher. Yeah, Lord, let's go kick us
No,
some
I'm
fish
not saying
and
that at all.
breads.
Mm-mm.
I know, but he's a hero in your
I'm just
eyes.
saying I'm going to have to watch the rest of it now. I still have to read.
I'm going to have to get an Australian
so much
accent,
work.
eh? I'm going to have to talk like an Australian.
Why?
Billy Butcher's an Australian.
I know, but you don't have to talk like an Australian.
Oh, cool, because I suck at it.
No, I just have so much. My work keeps piling up every time I turn around.
You have so much.
It really does. I do have a lot. So how come you haven't opened the stream? Because like usually we have more people talking, and it's already 9:30.
Well, why didn't you open it?
I don't know. Does anybody want to come in and chat with us?
There, I just put it in the thing. If you're really not happy with the show, though, Mike is probably on right now. I put that in the opening video, but you missed it.
What? I know I missed
Said
all
if
of
our
them.
show sucks by 9, you can always go watch Mike.
Hey, how come Hero Shack Live says BIC?
BIC, Brother in Christ.
Oh, you're so weird.
Thank you.
Why do you do these things and don't even tell me about them? Like BiC, like in a lighter? What are you talking about? BiC.
It made you think, didn't it?
It did make me think. Hello, Rick.
Hello.
And yes, I am.
Number 9.
Miss
Number
Rose.
9. Does anybody get that reference?
No.
That's the Beatles. Number 9. Number 9.
No.
Yes, the number 9 thingy.
Why would you say number 9 when Rick comes in? Does he look?
You
at
don't
the
see
computer?
9 on his screen? Is that me? Am I just seeing things? 9 days.
Oh
Number
yes,
9?
9 days before. You know what I thought?
9 days till the launch of the Canadian Shield 2.
Yes, I had to make
No,
my
you're both wrong. It's 9 days till he's 49 years old.
Oh, that too.
Wow. You guys are crazy.
Well, no, we're not crazy. He really was born 9 days from now.
No, I wasn't.
When were you born?
I was born like 49 years ago. 9 days from now.
Well, I mean your birthday.
You did say he was born 49.
I know.
years
I get
ago.
it. I get it. I get it. I messed up. That's why I have an editor. Poor Diana was trying to read the final text this weekend, and some of it I was just.
Oh,
Sometimes I make the worst typos.
sometimes he's just impossible, but you know how it is.
You tell me
You know
how.
how it is. Oh, it's so lovely out.
It is lovely out.
Yeah,
Oh,
very
but
nice
did
out.
you guys hear the good news?
About
Yes, Jesus came and died and rose again.
Well, I wasn't talking about that good news.
Okay, then share the good news.
The good news I'm talking about is our prime minister finally got some sense into him, and as of Monday, Canadians can unvaxxed Canadians can again travel within the country via trains and planes, and we can go out of the country with them as well.
Yay!
Ooh, congratulations.
That is awesome.
I guess
So-
the calls
I'm
for
so
him
proud.
to I guess the calls for him to resign were heard, and he's
Oh no, he hasn't resigned yet.
nobody's changing because of that, right?
Oh no, this is probably before that, but um,
So where are
The-
you
the-
going, Rick?
first of all, I got to re-get my passport.
Yeah.
Which I actually today I went and got the forms for.
Good for you. That's awesome.
So hopefully within a month or two, I will have that back. And well, I don't know where I'm going to go first. I was thinking maybe a couple Comic Cons down in the States somewhere.
You should let us know. Maybe we can meet up with you. That would be fun.
Yeah, I was thinking, would you guys have any set up for the fall this year yet?
Yeah. Well, we're going to.
We're not
Well, I
going to
think September.
Terrificon, right? Because we did not
No.
get in.
We did not get in.
Well, you guys could always come up to Canada. Well, actually, no, I think you guys might have a trouble. Foreign people coming in still got to be go through a whole bit rigmarole, but it's at the border, so I don't know.
Welcome to the chat, Mr. Terry.
Thank you.
But send me the links of where you're going to be for in the
Mhm.
fall. Maybe I
will.
can.
I'm trying to think. The one that we thought we were going to, we didn't get in because it closed. They filled up really quick.
Of course
Yeah.
it did. But we were there last year. I resent that they didn't give us first dibs.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't reach out to us. But that's the way it is, the nature of the beast. So it's no biggie.
Which Comic Con is that?
It is
Terrificon.
Granite State. No, we're going to Terrificon.
Oh, I thought you said
Terrificon's
we
in
weren't.
July. No, we're going to Terrificon. That's it. The Mohegan in Connecticut. That's in July.
Oh,
That's the 3-day Comic Con, the big one. We didn't get into the Granite State, which is in September.
is that the Manchester one or the national one?
Manchester?
Oh, that is a bummer because they have a nice little hotel.
Yeah, you
I
really
got,
like that place.
I'm signed up for 2 Comic Cons here in Hamilton in the fall. So the last weekend in September 24th and 25th, and then there's a date in October that there's one for like a day for like 5 or 6 hours.
Right.
I think someone in our management team got us going July 5th to the Plasticon as well.
July 16th.
Yeah.
16th?
Yeah.
But I'm looking for something September through, well, beyond.
Well, I do know, what is it, October 1st? Hero Shack is like co-sponsoring or putting together our first ever actual little library show.
Yeah, I'm doing that. Which means I gotta get in touch with some of the vendors. We're looking for vendors to come, like just a couple of them. We're trying to keep it really comic book friendly.
I would like to see these 3 things, okay?
Yeah.
I want to see tables with creators, writers, artists, etc.
Yeah.
I want to see at least one comic book vendor who's selling comic books, so that there is representation of all sorts of comic books. Because I think the crowd we're going to draw, they'll like everything from Archie to xenophobe, A to Z. And I want to see
I might be able to do.
Right. And I want to see and I want to see at least one decent food vendor. Everything else is negotiable.
Yeah. I
kind of got shut down there. That was a low response. Yeah.
Well, I have a couple of independent people that have already said yes. I got to reach out to a couple of comic vendors. I'm thinking of reaching out to Holy Mollies, maybe.
They're one, but I've got his card here somewhere. There's that one brother. See him all the time, every show we go to. Remember, and his older sister comes, who's really his younger sister, I think.
Yeah, I can reach out to them.
I would love to have him come because I know the products he carries.
Mm-hmm.
He's a comic book shop, but he has like you know, a little selection of toys, a little bit of action figure stuff, so a couple of t-shirts, and a lot of good
I can reach out to him.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah. And if they're not available,
Holy Moly would be great too, but I don't know that she would come out here. You know, like it's a little far. It's a what, hour and a half, 2 hours for the ride.
it is?
Yeah.
No, it's not. She's only out in Springfield. It's about an hour away.
Oh, really? I thought she was in Northampton.
Oh, is it maybe Northampton?
I'm saying it wrong though. It's Northampton, right? In Massachusetts, it's spelled Northampton. Oh, I just said it, but it's not pronounced Northampton. It's Northampton. Just like Haverhill is Haverhill.
Haverhill.
Worcester is Worcester.
Haverhill. You're so
Well, what about Worcester? It literally is spelled Worcester, and we pronounce it Worcester.
I know. I know.
I don't know what Cross Comics is showing, but I need to like enlarge that for a second. Let's see.
Oh, that looks cool.
Wooden keychains.
Wooden keychains or something.
Oh yeah, now I see them.
Yeah, wooden keychains.
Cool. Very cool.
I'm going to have 3 different ones. As you can see, those 2, the Canadian Shield, Cross Comics, and Snowdrift on my campaign.
Very
Be able to get them for $5 Canadian as an add-on.
That's really cool.
Individuals. I have a friend of mine making them in Wisconsin. Mallet.
You should charge Americans $12 in honor of Biden. Because we've got a great economy. He said so.
Oh.
But I figure that's a pretty good deal. They're add-ons. They don't weigh much, so they can easily be put in with a package if somebody wants one. I'll probably do $5 each, so you can add them on individually, or you can get all 3 for like $12 or something, $12 or $13 Canadian.
That's really cool, though.
Now, could I snowboard with those? I see 2.
No.
I know they're small, but like, what about snowshoeing?
Snowshoe?
No.
You're a goofball, Chris. Oh,
well, the reason I'm asking is because they're Canadian, so sometimes Canadian products have dual purposes like that.
Yeah, well, except that these are keychains.
Right, but they could be Canadian wood with special properties.
Unless you're a Smurf, they do good, but I think they'd be even too small for a Smurf.
See, I was just putting too much credit into the design. I was sure there could be something there.
Hey, but you got to remember they're being made in America.
Oh, that's right. All right, never mind. Take me back. Sorry, guys. I'm a little silly tonight.
And because they're being made in America, it's going to cost a fortune.
Well, like I said, I'm going to only be charging like $5 each.
Right.
Right now, I'm getting made up 20 of each keychain.
Yep.
So I'll have 60 in total.
Are you going to have cake at the party?
What's that?
I want to know if there's going to be cake at Rick's party.
He's going to throw it at you.
We're going to have to get cake so we can eat cake at Rick's party.
Well, hopefully you guys are going to be able to make it for the launch. Yeah,
well, what we were going to do is send you a video where we go, "Hi, we wanted to be there." No, I'm kidding. Yeah, we'll be there. Wouldn't that be just the nutsiest thing for a friend to do?
What's
hey,
that?
Rick, I couldn't be there, so I made this video. I really like your book. Please back it. I'll back it when I get home. I'm at the Red Sox game. That would
People
suck
have done
so
that
bad.
before.
What's that?
Have done that. They can't make it, so they,
Hey, even if we were at a Red Sox game, I would use the cell phone and live stream in. But yeah, I wouldn't do that. That's like so like, hello, we're from Hollywood and we don't attend award ceremonies, birthday parties, or weddings. We just send videos wishing everybody congratulations.
Yeah, but this 9-day launch thing, I made it up just before I got on. Or was I making it up? Oh, no, I was making up while I was listening to you. I put it out on Twitter.
We were babbling, weren't we?
Yeah.
It's all your fault, Diana.
I'm honestly just opening my Twitter for the first time in a week. I'm so bad. I don't get any kind of positive, encouraging, uplifting stuff when I open my Twitter.
No,
and
Twitter
I'm
is
sorry to say that, but I did get a message from poor Tim's waiting for me to do his book review, and I did read his comic, but now that my finals are due on Sunday, I haven't had time to do the review. Like, I seriously come home from work and play with the puppy, do chat Wednesday night, and then I work on my Tuesday and stuff. And I do a lot of other stuff, but you guys don't want to hear it.
That was funny. You got into it and you're like, wait, that's not enough. Hang on, I want to show you something. So when we're talking about Rick's number 9, see if you can hear this.
So I have not done Tim's review, and I'm going to do it.
Number 9, number 9, number 9.
This is the Beatles Revelation or Revolution number 9.
Number 9.
I'm probably going to get copy struck for it, but
Number 9.
so you see it existed, right?
Number 9. Number 9.
See, it existed.
9, 9, 9, 9.
Yeah, it was
9.
crazy. The whole thing was like number 9, number 9, and like when I said it, Diana looked at me like I was crazy. But yes, see, it really was a Beatles thing.
That's
Now she muted.
easy.
I must be in trouble. She's probably cussing at me downstairs.
I doubt it.
Let me look around here. Okay, so Tiny is on my
No,
left.
I'm being respectful because I'm eating my dinner and I'm trying not to crunch because I know it annoys you. And,
So, honey, literally, I have Tiny in the bed on my left, and I have Chewy on the pillow on my right.
Good for you, honey. I'm very proud of you. You were such a Dr. Doolittle. You go, Chris. They love you.
That's not what it. No, I'm.
Are
just
you happy? They love you. They do. It's all you. They don't love me, you know.
Oh, they do love you.
No, they don't love me. They only love you. They tolerate me. Remember
No, they
that.
love you. They love
Guys,
you.
I have to make sure because if he, for 1 second, thinks that those dogs like me better, he pouts. He does.
Andy
yes,
in the chat.
Melvin.
Instead
Melvin too.
Nope. I've read the first book that I got.
Yes, you've read Melvin 1, but Melvin 2 is coming soon.
I got off of Timothy, and it's a good story, and I just literally have to sit and do a quick book review because I promised him I would, and I want to, but like I said, right now my focus is finals and the rest of my responsibilities.
What about the Canadian Shield?
He does, Eric.
Yeah.
He walks around with dog treats. He gives them. Chris gives the dogs so many dog treats that I can't keep up.
Not anymore.
No, because I have to hide.
No, I know exactly where they are.
I have to hide the dog treats from not the dogs, but from Chris.
Look, it's only been 3 days, but I have not been giving them treats.
I'm so proud of you.
Mostly because I like what they do now at dinner and at breakfast. It's weird though, because Chloe's not used to a lunch. But you got to give her something, or else she's like gonna have a fit.
Well, she
of
gets
course.
upset because the puppy's eating 3 meals a day.
But the puppy can eat up to a cup of that hard food.
Yeah, I give her crunchies. Did you see? I left you 2 bowls of food on the counter for their lunch when I left for work today.
Yes, but for dinner, when I had to put that together,
Oh,
I literally gave her like half a cup of dry food after she ate her regular meal, and she was just spastic. And the puppy.
I don't know. Maybe she's got worms or something.
Well, we need to get her checked, but yeah, maybe. But
She has an
eats a lot.
appointment in a little bit, but the puppy, you know, I don't know if they're rescue pups, so I don't know like what their feeding schedule. She wasn't malnutrition for sure. She was definitely a healthy pup, but that little girl just doesn't stop eating. I'm like, holy crap.
Well, I
I'm
do
like,
think we caught her
Julie
like
Lynn, you cannot have another snack now.
but at
No.
3.5 months.
And I
That's
make
like
her work for
such
her
a
snacks.
that's such a big time for their growth
Mm-hmm.
that it might just be normal for her to like if you put food in the bowl, she goes after it. And
I
she's
mean,
not
it gets so bad, you guys. If I'm fixing myself like lunch or breakfast, I'm home with them alone while Chris is at work because I work later in the day. They sit so obediently watching me. I'm putting my salad together and I look down and they're like, oh my God, you're guilt tripping me. But the thing is, I make them work for their treats. I make them sit like tiny sits. I'll go sit, tiny sit, and I bring it up over her head. You guys know how to do that, right? Give her treat. Meanwhile, I have to block Chewy. I have to block Chewy Lynn because she's a puppy. So then I make her sit and I say, good sit. And I put her little bum down and I go, there you go.
Andy would like to
And
say
I give
that
her a treat.
he wants
Chris,
to pay
this
for
is
him.
Chris. Girls, you want a treat? Here, Papa has a treat. And he flings them in the air. He goes, ha, 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 look at them. Look at them run. I'm like,
I have not been doing that.
He's getting them to exercise for their treat. They're working
He
for
is.
it.
Piper, stop, all of you. No, they have to work for him. That's not exercise. They look like little, they're like, they come back more. And he's like, oh, you want another one? You're not full yet? He doesn't know. He does know. He just, but anyways,
I'm not
that's
like
how,
that anymore.
that's how
It's been
we
3
roll.
days of goodness.
Huh?
It's been 3 days of goodness.
It has been. We've had her since last Saturday. She is a little pumpkin, and we love her to pieces. Even though I said, "What was I thinking? Why would I get a puppy with my workload? My brain made me think a puppy was a good idea. It was her eyes, it was her smile. It was like, oh my
Well,
God.
and in truth, it had a lot to do with Tiny.
Yeah.
She had been without Chloe for well over a year now.
She was very sad.
Yeah, and you could just see it. She wanted companionship. She was, going to other dogs' houses and crying for them to come out.
Yep, she would sit at the door of her neighbor, my neighbor. They have two beautiful dogs, and they come out, and they're right alongside of our place and whatnot. Tiny in the morning, I would bring her, and she'd sit, and she'd sniff, and she'd sit down, and she'd look at the door, and she'd start screaming. Meow, meow, meow. Like Tiny at 7:00 in the morning, they do not want to come out right now. So then I brought her to the vet for a checkup, and I said, she seems to be, she's like, the vet laughed. She goes, you may want to think, it's been over a year now with Chloe gone, and she definitely is a social little pup. So you may want to think about getting another dog or a puppy or something. So I bit the bullet. We bit the bullet, and
we got one, and we got a bullet. We got a real bullet.
We did a little Spitfire. So that is a story that cost me an arm and a leg, and she's microchipped, and she's all of this and all of that.
She's microchipped.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
She's got the mark.
She's got the mark.
Where did they chip her?
I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. I think in her leg, because there's a little like when dogs
need to know where to dig it out from.
What? What? What are you talking about, you weirdo?
I need to know where to get it from to get it out of her.
Just stop. If she got lost, like seriously.
So the only other thing we can do is put tinfoil over her head. That'll protect her.
I can't even with you. I'm putting I can't. I just can't. Oh my God.
You have to understand that Christopher is a conspiracy theorist.
He is. He's crazy. I'm like, how did I marry you? You were a goofball.
The problem is conspiracies have proven to be prophecies of modern day prophets.
Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That depends.
I know you think this earth is round, don't you? I shouldn't say that because somewhere out there somebody may watch this. Somebody may watch this and accuse me of being flat Earth because of that one
Sarah,
comment.
I'm telling you right now, that comment is going to get you in trouble. And
What?
his comment about the Earth, you think the Earth is round, but it's not. People will take him. He has gotten himself, Terry, into so much trouble on
Look,
so many
honey,
different levels.
honey,
I can't
clearly
even.
the Earth is round, but it's hollow, and there are people living under the surface.
You guys, I came home and he was writing the epilogue for The Trolls Exposed. And I'm sitting there with my coffee. I'm doing my usual morning routine. I get up, I take the girls out, I sit down in my chair and I have a cup of coffee. And the girls, he's like, so I've got this great idea. We're going to do the epilogue. It's going to be this. I'm looking at him like, wait, what? I said, is that even where did you get that? I don't know. I made it up, but isn't it cool? And I'm like, he goes, I want to make it over the top. I said, you're going to make it over the top. All right. Wait till you guys hear the Trolls epilogue. Oh my God. I can't even.
But it's not disgusting like Cluster Fudge 1. It's not like a weird thing where you go,
No.
oh, that was very bad.
It's just crispy and crisp. And you know what? I'm like, you go for it, dude. I can't. I just, some days, there are things that I can sort of put my foot down about, but there are some things that I just say, you know, honey, if that's what you think, go for it.
You know what I know? I know for a fact when she says that, she's like, shit, everybody's going to love it. I don't love it. Everybody else will. Go ahead, put it in. But there are other things that like I think are cheesy. Let me give you an idea. There was one line that I put in that I thought was cheesy after I did it, but she laughed so hard every time she reads it that I left it in. It's in Temp Nightmares, and they walk into the garage, and the troll says to the employee, this is the van that you'll use for all of official business. And the employee looks at him and says, a Trollmobile. And the troll looks back and says, no, it's a Nissan.
and why do I laugh? Why do I laugh?
Well, in part because of the face and because you own a Nissan and because
I drive a Nissan. I'm like,
yes,
oh my God. It was funny. It's one of those inside stupid things that nobody else will get, but me and Chris. And we laugh about it. Like,
so when she's selling it in conventions,
listen,
I have to
most guys buy their women or their wife flowers. My husband puts the name of my car in a comic and I'm charmed. I'm like, what is wrong with me? When we were dating, he used to say, honey, you know, like that sports car that zipped by, that flashy little, they're good for a quick spin, but they're not very practical. You're more like a Volkswagen. That was his compliment to me. Okay?
I told her she was like a Volkswagen Bug, and if she broke down, you can fix her up with a simple belt or something. She's easy to fix
that's
and easy to
exactly what he
ride.
used to say to me, and I'm like, who?
And the motor's in the back.
So yeah, he is a very odd duck, but I love him. He's got a good heart.
She's right though. I always make comparisons to automobiles and food.
Yeah.
And sex.
Exactly.
A lot of times I think everybody's like weird and twisted. When I talk to people, we'll walk away and I'll be like, the girl at the counter, I'll be like, she was nuts. That girl was nuts. Did you see that thing that she did? That was crazy. And Diana's like, who thinks like that? And I'm like, I don't know, but that just looked weird to me. And she's like, oh God, honey.
I think God put me in Chris's life to keep him grounded, because otherwise he'd be a complete derelict running around this world.
Well, I kind of am. It's just I have a full-time job and you.
Yeah, I will only let it go so far, and I have to rein him in. And likewise, he does it with me too. I don't want you guys to think that way. Chris will say,
well, we do balance out because she's systematic, predictable, and very thorough, which is great in many things. But sometimes it's just like, you know what? Let the hair down. Let's go. Like our best weekend out was the weekend that she had nothing planned. It was all panicked, and I made her drive out. And
I canceled it. There was a snowstorm.
Right, and we went out anyways. I made her drive.
This made me go out in a snowstorm.
And we had a great weekend.
Hello, Herman P. Hunters.
Hello.
I played the concert of the Moon Pies. Yeah. Yeah, you made me drive in a snowstorm to go to some funky hotel because it was our anniversary weekend. It was March and it always snows or does
It
something.
was hilarious too because there was an
It wasn't
Indian guy.
hilarious. I was scared to death, white knuckle driving in a snowstorm on
There was
some
a-
back road with my husband giving me directions. I didn't have a lot of confidence, but
It was an
had
adventure, and you had a great time.
well, yeah, yeah, you tell me that. Anyways, guys, that's enough of our memory lane here. So let's get back to business. Let's talk
So,
shop.
did you enjoy your adventures in babysitting?
Yeah, I guess I did, sort of. Oh,
Enough said.
it was entertaining. It was very we have a very unique relationship.
Yes, you're Inspector Gadget, and I'm Penny.
Well,
Do you actually get that, or are you just laughing?
I loved Inspector Gadget. Me and the girls used to watch.
Nobody wants to be Inspector Gadget. Everybody
I
wants to be
used
the
to love
brain.
that. I thought he was the coolest thing ever. I'm like, if I could just be, I was a single mom for many years. So if I could just be Inspector Gadget, life would be perfect.
Now you see where the balancing act comes in.
well, I would have said Chris is Inspector Gadget and she's
No,
Penny.
no. Me. I'm Inspector Gadget. I'm like,
So-
yep.
Here's the thing about my beloved wife, like
coming out there. I love it.
almost
Yeah,
every time.
but Inspector Gadget is always messing up. He may have all the parts and all that, but
Oh, yeah.
he's always the
But
one
I do mess up a lot, you guys. You have no idea that.
Should we talk about the roofing, the siding? How about the first time we put up the fence?
So Chris is like, I'll go, honey, I think we should do this at the house. What do you think? And he's like, what? The roof is fine. It's not leaking. I'm like, yeah, but it's looking kind of funky. It's like, fine. You want the job? You figure it out. So he lets me go by myself, and I contract all these guys. And this guy was really sweet. He had a sob story where this guy was like, men are supposed to be able to differentiate between these things. So Chris is sitting in the house. What do you think he's doing, guys? He's drawing. And I come back and I go, these are the quotes. I'm going to go with this guy. Why are you going to go with that guy? Because he needs to work so bad. And he's less expensive. He's less expensive for a reason. Why did you go with this guy? He seems to know what he's doing. No, I think I'm going to go with this guy. And we'll have like that little husband-wife verbal, it goes, fine. You know what? It's he goes, whenever Chris says it's your project,
yep.
I'm like, shit, I'm in trouble. So the roof went amok. The siding went amok. The fence went amok. Everything that I did on my own.
The bathroom downstairs was fun.
So you're saying she's Jill and Tim Taylor all rolled into one?
Oh, she could be, yes.
God.
So it's funny though, because every contractor she hired, I would look at and go, the last guys really sucked.
And I'm
she's
like,
really
Chris,
counting
be
on
nice
you.
to him. He just got out of rehab. He goes, exactly.
My favorite though was the flooring, because she didn't actually go through with it. She finally started listening to me. And these guys were going to charge her 4 or 5 times the amount that it likely should have been.
Guys, it's very important to note that I did listen to Chris
this time.
But the flooring is done, but the finish work is not, because we haven't gotten around to doing the finish work. And that
Do you have knee pads?
I do have knee pads.
Then we can finish the work.
Months ago.
I still haven't seen
But we have Trolls Exposed to get done, so we have too many things going on. But anyways, long story.
Next weekend we'll finish it.
I feel like I always love the premise of Inspector Gadget because he was able to do so many cool things.
You know who I loved more than Inspector Gadget?
What?
Machine Man. Machine Man had a very similar power set. He was. You don't even know who he was.
Nah, he just sounds wrong.
He was a superhero. I believe Jack Kirby created him.
I don't care.
He did.
I don't care. He just doesn't have a good name. Machine Man. I'm like, oh, that is creative. Inspector Gadget, guys, listen to that. Inspector Gadget. He's full of gadgets. I love gadgets. Have you seen my Demo Diana videos? Come on now. I fit right into that, if I ask me.
I actually had this issue.
What issue?
Issue number 1 of Machine Man,
Oh my
the
god.
living robot.
I am not dissing Machine Man. I don't know who he is.
Look at that arm.
Chris
Look
goes,
at that arm.
He's like Inspector Gadget. And I'm like, no.
No, he's better
That's
than
not
Inspector
Inspector
Gadget.
Gadget.
He's a little smarter than Inspector Gadget.
Yes.
Well, he's not the guy for
He's
me.
about he's about as smart as the brain.
Nah. He's not. Can you put Inspector Gadget up there and let me like take a?
You really want to see Inspector Gadget?
Yeah. Well, where this like so I can compare. Like, is he fun? Is he goofy? Is he silly?
There you go, Inspector Gadget, right
That's
there.
not Inspector. Oh, here he is. Look at him. He looks like such a dork. I love it. Look at his hat.
That's Inspector Gadget.
Yeah. See all his little gadgets.
And of course, you do know who he was fashioned after, right?
Get Smart.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Maxwell Smart.
Do you remember that show, honey?
Yes, I like that. I happen to like that show too.
Well, now we understand her biases.
This was a horrible reboot, though. Get Smart with
Oh
what's
man,
his
that was terrible.
Terrell.
I
Yeah,
thought
that
it
was
was
bad.
pretty good.
That was terrible.
Rick,
Oh,
I no longer believe you have good taste for at least 30 seconds.
Oh, but there
No,
was
the thing is,
companion-
they missed the point of all the jokes that was supposed to be made.
there was a companion movie, I think, to that one too. The Other Guys.
Yeah,
other guys.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think you're right, Eric. Eric says the voice for Inspector Gadget. He
Yeah.
thinks was the same for. I think you're right.
Yeah, same voice. What's Maxwell Smart, or I forget the guy's name.
Don Adams.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah,
Don
Donna.
Huh?
did the voice for Get Smart
Don Adams.
for Inspector Gadget.
Don Adams did Inspector Gadget's voice.
Very cool. So we're getting close to 10:04.
Yep.
Diana,
We're getting
what
close.
have we
I
not
think we're
covered?
there. We're 10:05.
I'm like, hey, it's 10:05. You guys are
See, we're close to it. We're just after it.
So just for the record, I don't really know anything about Machine Man, so that was very unfair of me to diss him. And I wasn't trying to really diss him, but in my heart, in my mind, he's nowhere like Inspector Gadget.
Okay.
So Chris, you'll have
Yes,
to
my love.
introduce me to Machine Man.
Yes, and I'll actually try to find you probably a reprint because no, Machine Man 1 probably
And
doesn't
does
cost
he
that
have
much.
cartoons? I'd rather watch just a video.
I think he may have appeared in some, but nothing high quality.
Okay.
Oh, it's a $200 book now.
Oh yeah, we won't be doing that.
I could
I
find
bet
a
you I can find
reprint.
it online somewhere.
I'm sure that it's out there too. Sorry, I had to yawn.
It's okay. That's
My eyes have been fine for all week, but they're getting weird now. I know
Yeah.
why though. I have the studio lights on.
And the puppies are quiet.
Well,
That's so good.
Go to sleep. What do you
actually,
expect?
no. Tiny is on guard now.
Love
She
it.
has a chew toy, and when she gets like this, she's hunting defending the toy.
All right.
Chewy is rolled on her back up against my baseboard on the pillow, just out like a light.
That's good. Let her sleep. Shh.
She's not waking up.
Oh my goodness. So yeah.
Well, Diana, it is
Yes.
official.
What's that?
You're one of us. We found your comic book fandom.
The boys, right?
Yes.
Inspector Gadget. He's not really a comic book though, but no,
The boys.
Ironically,
like
you
the
probably like the Walking Dead too, because you loved that TV show when it was in its
That's
first
it.
7 years.
Yeah, I did like The Walking Dead. I was a fan of The Walking Dead.
We have Walking Dead books on our shelf.
Hi, Eric. You're right. Don't speak so. You know what? We haven't even had her for a week, and I'm waiting for the destruction to occur. It hasn't happened yet, though. But yeah, I was.
happen in about 3 months.
Yeah, I mean, she. First off, Walking Dead was one of my all-time favorite shows. I used to literally, that was my thing. Like, oh my God, Walking Dead is on. And then it got really lame. And I'm like, why did they do that? Why
Well,
did
what's his face? What Rick and what was the guy's name? Baseball bat guy
From
from Walking Dead.
what was his name?
Negan.
Negan.
Yes,
Yes.
Negan. They
Yeah.
drew that out way too long. Like I remember, I wasn't really watching it. Diana was, but I would like walk in while she was watching it. And I remember the night she looked at me and said, "I'm not watching this anymore." Rick had him dead in sights, and he didn't shoot him.
Yeah. It became like, yeah, you could do that a couple times, and I get it. You could do that more than a couple times. But eventually, every time you line up a character to kill another character, you're like, he doesn't do it. It gets old. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
they
It's
just
like,
let Negan go on and on and on.
yeah, like,
Yeah.
The problem
Well,
with Negan was his character was too likable. He was a great
It
villain.
was.
Well, they were not that the comics, they were trying to follow the comics somewhat. The
Yeah.
comics and the show are really two different animals. When you get down to it, because there are a lot of differences. Like in the comic, there is no Daryl.
oh,
Right.
really?
Yeah.
I've never read the comics. Like a lot of my
If you liked the show, I didn't read all of them, but
Uh-huh.
if you like the show, I would suggest the comics. There's a lot of different what
I think we have them, don't we? honey?
relationships.
We
Okay.
have several trade
son
back
gave them to me.
trade paperback collections
Yeah.
of the series that my son Mike Smith gave us.
Yeah, my kid gave them to me.
That's right.
He read them and he's like, "Here, you guys want them?"
Yep.
Like,
Actually,
yeah.
I gained probably 40 books from him that way.
I
He
know,
just
he's
had
so
them lying
funny.
around.
Yeah, well, if you can read them in order, I would suggest it. Order.
Okay.
Of,
Yeah.
like, I
No.
think
But
it'll
it's
give you
kinda
more of
cool.
more of appreciation for the show, and I got ahead of where the show was, so I knew some of the stuff that was coming, and you see how they do it different and all that.
Mhm.
Was it true that Glenn, I don't know if you know this, but I guess Glenn was supposed to be dead way before Negan killed him. They just couldn't kill him because he was a popular character.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
they got he got killed in the comic books the same way
Oh, did he really?
by Negan.
Oh wow.
Like,
I had heard otherwise, but I had never read it to know. And sometimes people talk out their buttholes, and you think they're telling you something true, and you don't know.
well, at least if I remember right, because I remember watching that on the episode, and I had read that part in the comic.
Yeah, no, you're usually really good with your memory. I don't doubt you if you say it, but like I remember somewhere it might have even been on like a Reddit board for all I know. One of those like obscure posts you see.
I was almost thinking they were gonna do something a little different and have him survive.
I almost wish they did, because when they killed him, they lost a hero. Now I know Glenn was kind of soft, and he wasn't he was actually quite like wussy, but he always had a good guy grind to him that I think the show missed after he was gone.
Yeah.
Well, those in the know the lie that Robert Kirkman told to get the book published.
Oh yeah. Do you want to share that one?
That, if you remember that older lady, I forget what her name is.
Oh yeah, the tough one. Carol.
Well, she died earlier, I believe, in the comics. She lasted longer
yes.
in the TV series, if I remember right.
Yeah. No, but the lie that Robert Kirkman told to get the book published, he pitched them a plot of Plan 9 from outer space. The only difference is he replaced the vampires with zombies.
Yep.
Yeah.
Zombies just
good,
weren't
though.
that
I'm
big
gonna
of a
have to check
deal.
it out.
Well, zombies weren't that huge of a deal when he wanted to do it, so he had
Right.
to kind of trick them.
Yeah. Because Ben Valentino and a few others told him that zombie books don't sell, and there's nothing really interesting about a zombie in comics.
I actually gotta. I think I gotta read, catch up on The Walking Dead myself. Well, both TV show and thing, because I don't think they did the last storyline that I was reading in the
Mm.
whatchamacallit. Well, they killed off Rick, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah, Eric, thanks for coming around.
Hmm.
And hopefully we'll see you next week. That was great.
Yeah. Thank you, Eric.
Thanks, Eric.
Thanks for making me laugh. It's like, what? But listen, guys, it's 10:13 and I am exhausted and I've had a long day. And as much as I love talking with everybody, I do have to head to bed. I actually have to go see my little darlings. And
I have to get up at 4 a.m. so I can draw the final page that I need to
I'm
draw.
so
I mean,
excited
it's
to get this
actually
book. I
being
am
inked.
so excited to get this book completely off the table. You have no idea. And Terry, I promise you I will get my little assignment done. It just might be not what I might need to ask. I might need to ask Professor Terry for an extension for a week. Because I don't know if I'll get it done by next week.
Well, since you told me that you're going through finals, you have another 3 weeks. Because I know that's
there you go.
Because
The pressure is off,
I know that the
Chris.
finals are going to be hectic.
Yeah, I got to get my finals done. I have got a straight A average so far, and I really want to.
You got an average to keep up, so that's
Yeah,
but that means
that's
you
the whole
could
point.
flunk and still pass.
I want to end the course with an A. What's that, Chris?
You could flunk and still pass.
I could flunk and still pass, but it's not in my.
That's not in her DNA. That's
It's
the
just
other
not. It's like no, I have had an A for every class I've taken.
I'm suddenly realizing why it wasn't that great in school.
And it's dumb. It is a dumb thing because you're right. I could pass and get my degree with C's, but it's me, and this is it. Anyways.
No, I'm very proud of you.
Anyway, I have until next March. I will graduate next March with my degree. I'm excited about that, and I want to get it done. I want to get it done. I want to be done with school. Dear Lord, was I thinking? Anyhow, Terry, I will get that done. I'm excited about doing that little project, along with everything else that I'm doing. But I am going to get it done. So, guys, I'm heading out. Chris, I don't know about you. Are you ready to?
Yeah, we're gonna close down the stream. Anybody want to promote anything before we go?
Yeah, Rick's got his thing coming up.
Yeah, well,
9 days.
I mean, 9 days to the launch. I'm gonna be trying to do a countdown each day till then with a different picture.
So watch
Say
for number
18.
10 tomorrow.
No, number 8.
I'm like, Chris, what?
I was messing with him.
Oh,
Trying.
okay. All right.
But he's very sharp. He caught
Yeah. I know which way I'm going. I'm counting down, not up.
There you
I
go.
know which way I'm going. That's so funny. But yeah.
So tomorrow will be number 8, which is sure to be great. Just don't be late.
Hey.
Okay. All right, guys. Good night. How you guys? Peace out. God
Oh
bless.
yeah, peace out.
See you later.
Is going to press this week, so say hooray and a prayer and all that.
Yay! Thank goodness.
All right. God bless everybody. Here we go.
I'll see you later. Bye.